We starting over because I rambled too much in that last time. We're trying this again. Take two. Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, That Zotaku. If you are new here, hi, welcome to the family. I abandoned you guys a lot, and I am so sorry. Over here, we like to believe that animated characters are way better than actual human beings because have you seen outside? It's nasty. Y'all are nasty. Y'all are gross. I need to stay inside and stick with my, my Pikachu plushie that makes me happy and keeps me warm at night. We talk anime, we talk cartoons, we talk anything animated. That's just what we do here. Over here today, I want to talk about a couple life updates. I want to talk about convention season coming up and how I'm feeling about it. And I want to talk about what are some of the ideas that I have for this channel that I hope to bring in the future. In terms of life updates, if you've noticed, these past couple videos have been mainly podcast style. And that's because I've had unstable housing for the past few months in terms of having to constantly bounce from place to place to place for the sake of school. I'm not telling y'all what I do in school. It don't really matter. I didn't have an apartment in the city. I moved back home with my parents. That's where I am now. And because I haven't had stable housing to really set up the way I like to, I've been doing podcast styles. So I'm hoping that you guys like the podcast styles. I want to keep doing them because I don't want to just leave you hanging forever without any content. So please give your honest opinions on whether you like seeing my face, whether you don't mind the podcast styles while I still get myself situated. I'm in the process of getting much better housing, so eventually I'll be back more permanently and more stably, but just let me know your thoughts, what it is below, and where I can improve. In terms of future life updates for this channel, I have no clue what this channel is going to be in the future. I'm hoping to do more collaborations. There are some really great content creators, Black content creators who talk about anime and cartoons that I've been wanting to do some Twitch streams with, that I've been wanting to do podcasts with. I've done a couple of collaboration videos. If you see somewhere in the past, I've done a couple collaboration podcast styles with people, and I just want to get to meet other creators and grow as a creator. I also want to say right now, thank you for everybody who has been sticking with me in this journey for so long. It's been about a year and some change that we've been doing this, and I appreciate every single one of you that leaves a comment, that leaves a like, that watches the video, especially if you watch to the end. I peep the watch time. Y'all that just be clicking on and clicking off, I peep y'all and you hurt my feelings. But I can't get over how much it makes me happy to just log in and then see that people have commented oh, I really like this, oh, I like your hair, oh, I like this, I agree with you on this, especially with some of my more popular videos like the Static Shock commentary video and especially the Teen Titans commentary video. Hearing your guys' thoughts and discussing things with you about anime and cartoons has really brought me so much joy. So I appreciate all of you guys so much, and I send you a lot of love. It's a heart. You see it's a heart. Now getting on to the fun part, convention season. For me, convention season, I'm in New York, so when I think convention season, I think October, November. That's pretty much what I care about. The main conventions being Comic-Con, that's coming up in October, around my birthday, October 11th. My birthday's October 11th. I'm a Libra. We're the best sign because that's the only sign I really know about. I don't speak zodiac, so I have no clue what y'all are talking about, but I know I'm a Libra. Comic-Con is coming up in October. Anime NYC is coming back in November, which I'm super excited for. And in terms of conventions, I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of a history about my experience with conventions, and maybe that can open up the discussion to more things I have in terms of the anime and cosplay community, because being a Black person in this genre and being interested in this genre can be very interesting when you have other Black creatives and other Black people who recognize oh, you like this, I like this too. It's really nice having this sense of community, but also being a Black person in the anime community in general can be very daunting sometimes, especially when it comes to dealing with racism, dealing with colorism, especially when it comes to cosplay. And that's really affected my own internal feelings when it comes to cosplay and why I don't do it so much and why I try to stray away from certain characters and just my insecurities with it, which I think could be a video of itself. So if you want to hear some of my fears when it comes to cosplay, please do leave it down below, and I can put something together for that sometime in the future. I started going to conventions technically in 2017 at TechoCon, but my first convention was this little anime convention that they had at my local library back when I was in high school. I think I was 15 or 16, and it was in the local library. It was really cute. You had a whole bunch of local artists and local like artists coming in, showcasing their art. We had discussions about anime, and it wasn't like a huge big thing. It was at the local library, and it was mainly for children. And of course, like me being my big age of like 16 or 17 and being around 13-year-olds, I just felt like, dang, I don't think this was for me. But it's a convention that was meant for everybody. It was free, and it was my introduction into conventions, and I do appreciate that experience. Fast forward to 2017, when my best friend Priscilla, shout outs to you, girl, calls me up and says like, yo, Zoe, we are going to Pittsburgh because we want to go to TechnoCon. Are you coming with me? And I'm like, you know what? Why not go to Pittsburgh? Why not go and see another convention? Why not dip my toe into it more? And I felt very nervous because I thought when it came to going to like the bigger conventions, you need to have all this merch. You need to be great with cosplay and have the best cosplay in the world. And it was so silly looking back on it, where it's like, it's just a convention. Anybody can go. You don't have to be super animated to go to a convention, if you know what I'm saying. Like, anybody, no matter what level of experience you have with anime, is welcome to go and just enjoy. I mean, of course, it makes more sense if you're really into anime and you know a lot of the shows, then you're gonna have a way better time. But going back to me, I thought that I had to cosplay the best, and I just went in and just did what I could on the days that I could with the little money that I had and the little knowledge of cosplay that I had, and just had fun. I'll put some pictures here or there if you want to see, but it was just a really fun time. I got to meet a lot of great cosplayers. I got to meet some great artists. I got to meet one of my favorite voice actors at the time, Vic Mignogna, who voices Edward Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist, which I'm positive you guys know by now is my favorite anime of all time. Like, October 3rd, where you at? It was a great experience meeting him and just seeing cosplayers. Like, I remember there was this one cosplay of No Face from Spirited Away, and the guy, if you remember the scene from Spirited Away, No Face has a bunch of bath tokens for Chihiro and gives them to her. This man made wooden bath tokens and just handed them out to people, and I thought it was so creative. Being in that space just opened up so many possibilities to me in terms of like, wow, there's so many people that are talented, that are creative. I wonder how I can showcase my creativity the way that they do. Even if it's something as simple as just handing me a bath token. I'm gonna find that picture and I'm gonna put it here. Handing out bath tokens, handing out candy if you were dressed up as there was one time, it's a different convention, but seeing cosplayers dress up as Red Blood Cell from Cells at Work and hand out nutrients as candy, I think that was just really, really cute and just a nice creative take on the character. So Techo itself was a great experience for me in terms of introducing me to bigger conventions, and it made me feel a lot more confident going to the next one, which for me was Anime NYC in 2018. And personally, Anime NYC is my favorite convention to go to. Granted, I also haven't been to many other conventions outside of New York, so I'm hoping to do that in the future. But Anime NYC, and if you want to see the ticket, where did I put it? This was my badge from Anime NYC. It was Mob Psycho 100 themed. It looked really pretty, right? But Anime NYC was bigger than Techo, because if you've ever been to New York conventions, the Javits Center, fucking huge, absolutely huge. And you just see thousands of people lining up to just meet their favorite voice actors, to meet their favorite animators, to see their favorite artists in Artist Alley, and just so much love in the room for one niche genre of entertainment. It's really nice, and I remember this very clearly. My first time going to Anime NYC was going on the train, heading to the Javits Center, and me being the only one that's dressed up like, you know, super interesting. I feel like when you go to conventions, like anime conventions, you have to dress really, really weird, because what other context does it feel normal to dress super extra? But I was dressing extra, and I get on the train, and it's New York. No one really cares about what you wear. Literally no one cares about anything in New York. But it's nice being able to, on the day going on the train, seeing people get onto the train more and more, and you see people dressed up in their cosplays, and then all the normal people sitting around wondering, the hell did I get into? Where is everyone going? And it's just packing. And then you get off the station, you see hundreds of thousands of people getting off the train, going up the escalators, walking to the Javits Center, and you feel like you are home. I can go to conventions comfortably by myself, because not many of my friends in real life are super into anime just like me, to the point that they would want to go to conventions. But I can walk in feeling like I'm home. Like, it feels like a giant family reunion for me. Just like, look, I'm with my kin, I'm with my family. And I appreciate that for every convention that I go to. And I had that at Anime NYC. And then I get into the mailing list, and it says, like, we are looking for crew members to sign up for 2019. And that happened months later. Now, mind you, my background in life is STEM. I am a science nerd. I don't know anything about animation, about conventions, about marketing. I had no experience. But when I saw the email saying that they're looking for crew members for 2019, the next year, I was like, the hell not. The worst that they can say is no. What's the worst that could happen? So I sign up, put my name down, put the hours that I'm ready to work. And honestly, I didn't even realize that I was getting paid when I got the job. That's the kicker. I got the job. I didn't realize that I was going to get paid because in my head it was a volunteer experience. I don't know why I thought it was a volunteer experience, but that just goes to show how much I really enjoyed being there, because I would have done it for free. But they paid us for the weekend and it was very fun. I didn't really do anything much. It was mainly just line control. If you want to see what the shirt looks like, here's what it is. This was like our uniform that they gave us. As you can see, it has like the little Anime NYC logo on it, and that's me. I was the crew. I was on the crew. It was squad goals. In terms of what I did, it was mainly just line control. So if lines get out of hand, direct people in line, direct people to where they're supposed to go. Oh, you're a photographer, you go to journalism. Oh, you're an artist, you go to Artist Alley. Oh, you're a vendor, you go this way. So I was just in terms of like, can I direct people to where they need to go, like traffic? So it proves just how easy it is. If you ever felt like you just wanted to get some type of foot into the door in terms of like conventions, just apply and see what happens. You really never know what'll happen. That's what I learned from that experience. And then I'm just like, okay, great. 2019 was great. I remember that year I also went to Comic-Con, which I might say is not my favorite convention to go to, and here's why. And this is just a complete tangent. Comic-Con, I don't think is for me, mainly because I am too anime focused in my interests. Anime NYC makes more sense because the whole convention is anime based. For Comic-Con, you have other avenues of like nerdom, where it's like Star Wars, Game of Thrones. And I went one time with my friend and we cosplayed. I cosplayed as Steven Universe. Here is my Steven Universe cosplay. Had a great time. Got to meet other Steven Universe people. Got to meet some people that cosplayed in like as like Garnet or as Spinel from the movie, and that was a great experience. But I've learned that I'm more anime focused and I don't really care about all the other genres, so Comic-Con's not my favorite. I'd still go at least one day if there's like a good panel that I want to go to. Like this year I'm going to Comic-Con for my birthday, and I plan to dress up as Eclipsa from Star vs. the Forces of Evil, hoping that I get this cosplay together. But yeah, Comic-Con is okay. I prefer Anime NYC, and I would definitely work for them again. So of course, there were other conventions that they were like, hey, you worked for 2019 in New York. Do you want to work for 2020 in Texas? Because they were starting a new convention, the same company. They were starting a new convention in Texas, Austin, Texas? I don't remember where in Texas. I don't know what happens in Texas. But they were starting a new convention called Anime Frontier. And they were inviting for people to come back like, hey, you did a good job at this convention. Do you want to work for us again here? So of course, I'm like, I'm not qualified for this. But no, I am qualified now. I have some experience doing something. So let me just shoot my shot again. They said, yes, Zoe, why not come and work for us in Texas. Now, the reason why I enjoy working conventions also is because I aspire in my life to not just do STEM and not just do science-based stuff for the rest of my life. Do I love it? Absolutely. But I also do recognize now as I'm getting older that some way, somehow, I want anime cartoons to be a part of my life forever. I don't want it to ever go. You see this wall? You see this channel? Like, it's just a part of me now. So if I could find a way to just get my foot in the door somewhere, that could make my life a lot happier because it does bring me a lot of joy. But going back to the experience in Texas, it was March. The March when everything shut down. During the shutdown, they said like, hey, there's a shutdown. We may or may not be doing it. Let's just keep it Because back in March, remember when March we were all thinking that this whole lockdown was going to be like, oh, a couple weeks, a month max. It can't be that bad. And here we are a year and a half later because no one knows how to get their lives together. It was great. It got canceled. Anime Frontier got canceled. The year afterward, in 2021, things got canceled because we were still in lockdown, still social distancing. The vaccine hadn't come out. By the way, if you're going to conventions this year, please get your vaccines. Let's get this over with. Please just get your damn vaccines. Don't come if you don't have your vaccine or you're not tested and not wear your mask. Like, don't play that shit here. I'm not playing with y'all. Here we are now in 2021. Conventions are back in full swing, so long as you guys are safe and so long as we are all safe and doing our part to finish up with this panini of ours. This year I'm going to be working 2021 for Anime NYC. I'm going to be doing that again. Looking forward to being part of the crew again. And I'm just going on this whole rant about my experience with conventions to just show, like, it started off with me being a young girl going to like a local convention and then being too afraid to go to the next one because I thought maybe I'm not like nerdy enough, maybe I'm not enough in the genre to actually enjoy it or to actually be a part of the community. You can be a part of the community at whatever stage you are in your journey. You can be a part of the community and go to conventions at whatever level you are, because there's no gatekeeping here. I don't believe in that gatekeeping nonsense over here. It went from going to local conventions, going to Techo, going to Anime NYC, being part of the crew, being invited to be part of other crews, and I'm excited to see what the future has in store for me in terms of conventions, and I think it's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I'm looking forward to hopefully maybe one day in the future having my own panel and making my own stuff talking about, I don't know what I would be talking about, but talking about whatever. And I learned that I don't have to choose, because another side note story, but back in 2019, when I worked the convention for Anime NYC, there was this one panel called Medicine, and it was 4 doctors. They were like a geneticist, there was like an internal medicine doctor, there were 4 doctors that were all talking about diseases and pathologies in anime. And I never thought that you can combine those two. I never thought, wait, anime and medicine can go together. I didn't think that that was a possibility. But in this genre, anything's a possibility. You have endless possibilities. And they were so inspiring. The way that they held the conventions, the way that they spoke, the way they felt so passionate about what they do. And I went up to them and talked to them, and I was like, how did you guys make this whole thing up? They were like, well, we like medicine, we like anime, why not combine the two, and who's gonna stop us and say no? And again, going to these conventions, you're just surrounded by so many creative people who are inspired and they want to go for what they do, and it inspires me. So I just going to say this: go for what you want, get out of your comfort zone, try new things. If you don't think you belong in conventions, give it a shot. If you don't think that you're nerdy enough for certain spaces, who's gonna say no? Just try it and then see where things go from there. I'm still trying to get myself out of my comfort zone. If you watch my video on like watch me be uncomfortable or whatever it is, my comfort zone, it was not being on a YouTube channel, and now I am here trying to get out of my comfort zone and trying to do different things. So I guess the whole point of this is try new things, go for what you want, enjoy your passions, and enjoy your life. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. Thank you for being a part of this channel so far. I appreciate every single one of you that have stayed. And I'm really hoping that you can see how we can see how far this journey goes for both of us. Like, this is a we project. This isn't just me, this is we. We are we. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully soon. Okay? Bye-bye.